Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode of the radio show here with your radio show intro man here, ready to give it off to Mike Kamal, your humble host, here for episode 25. I will see you guys, and this is Massachusetts Central Radio Show, and this is episode 25. Episode 25. I will see you guys. I will see you guys in a moment. Don't go away. Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to another vlog from the vlog. Welcome back to the Massachusetts Central Radio Show. Well, everybody, welcome back. Your humble host Mike Mo here for another one of these. As you know, I usually do my usual intro where I talk in that really stereotypical radio DJ slash announcer voice, and I hand it off to myself. So hello everybody, welcome back to another one of these. I'm coming to you live, well, semi-live here on Friday the 16th, 2019, here for episode 25. I'm here on a I'm here for another one of these. I'm here here at about 8 o'clock. This is probably going to be a 15-minute episode or something like that. And I have a wide range of topics. I have a bunch of things to talk about tonight. I have three things. I have the new Pokemon game that just came out, and I started playing it today. There's the new movie, Ford vs. Ferrari, which just came out today. I'm also going to be talking about the new Motorola Razr that just got announced, even though I've known about this for months, and my response to COPPA. And that is going to take, and the COPPA thing is going to take up to and I'm going to tell you my response to it, what I think about it. Do I think it's a good thing? Do I think it's a great thing going forward? I'll tell you guys in a moment. So, yeah, guys, I'm here. So before us to get started, you guys see the red shirt, so I work today. Let's get that out of the way. I work from 7 to 3:30, really uneventful day. It's great stuff. It's an interesting day. I actually picked up a new TV show that I might watch, and it will actually, well, this is before I get into the topics. Masked Singer, it's a TV show that she's watching, and I'm going to watch it, see what it's like, and I'm going to see, if I like it or not, and if I'm interested, maybe it'll be a conversation starter for us. Maybe she's interested to see if I like things other than anime. So yeah, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna watch that. I think it's Wednesday night at 8. I'm gonna see about it, see if I like it or not, and I do like singing because I'm a Frank Sinatra fan. If some of you don't know out there, well, my new viewers or the Phantom Menace, I am into Frank Sinatra. I do like the music. Not himself, obviously the man himself. Frank Sinatra was an interesting fellow, but I like his music more. So, because I know there's differing opinions on Sinatra, but the background of it, he was a great singer and everything else. But I do like singing. I do like listening to music. So, so I'm just gonna rip all that. So, first and foremost, Pokemon Gen 8 just came out today. I started playing about 40 minutes of it, and very interesting game. I like the stunning graphics. It's amazing. A lot of people I know a lot of people are taken back by the Pokedex is too small, this and that. I wish people would take it in. It's just not all about the battling people. It's about the stunning graphics. Some of the scenes in this game are really good, and um, you know, the Pokemon do show up in the overworld and everything. Some of you can battle, some of you can't. So, um, I've actually just got a Rookity, who I'm going to say is going to evolve into one heck of a who's going to evolve into a nice flying type, and I'm hoping to use him on my team for a little bit before I dump him for somebody else. Um, I like the visuals. The start is actually very good. In fact, the start of the game is completely different. Um, it actually reminds me of um, when Ash is watching the match between watching the match when he first in the first episode. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit, and you actually get to see the champion of the region. Actually, because usually the champion of the region doesn't get usually introduced till a little later in the game. Um, I know for Gen 2, well, Gen 1, uh, you meet the champion in the very first minutes of the game because of Gary, of course. Gen 2, you didn't meet him till like later in the game. You didn't meet Lance till later in the game. Middle of the game for the other guy. Cynthia, you meet somewhat early, but not really. Then Gen 5, you meet Alder. Middle of the game, not middle of the game, but you meet him after the 4th gym battle. 6th Gen, you meet Deonta in Lumio City, and I think Gen 7, you meet the champion. I think you know the champion outright anyway. And Gen 8's, well, you meet him straight out, so it's actually a reboot. It's actually a nice little reboot for New Region. I actually picked out Sobel for my starter because I do like water types, and I was a Ferrari game fan back in the day. Um, and I'll tell you guys how I'm progressing through the game. As I said, I've only been through half an hour of the game. The second topic is Ford versus Ferrari. I've been waiting for 4 months since this got advertised. 4 or 5 months since this got advertised in the early part of this late part of the summer. When this got advertised, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." I thought Art of Racing in the Rain was going to be a cool movie. I'll have to see that on my own terms. But Ford versus Ferrari, it's going to be a good movie. My dad and I are probably going to go see it tomorrow or Sunday, and it's got a really good cast of Matt Damon, Christian Bale is Matt Damon is Shelby, and Christian Bale is Ken Miles, Englishman, Ken Miles. Tracy Letts is also going to be Henry Ford, the second, or Henry the Deuce, as we know him in American racing culture. Lee Iacocca, I forget who's played by, but Lee Iacocca's in there because Lee Iacocca was also part of the Ford 6 story, and a bunch of other people, and it's going to be fun. It's just going to be flat out fun to see how this goes, and I'm definitely going to plop down the nearly $15 for the movie and whatever else I need to do to see the movie. It's going to be great. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be amazing to watch. We're definitely going to go see it this weekend, and it'll be a nice little racing movie to go for. It's about 2.5 hours, so it is a long movie, but I definitely can endure 2.5 hours of watching maybe the two greatest manufacturers in Le Mans history, and it is not Le Mans like they say in the movie. It is called Le Mans or Le Mans or Le Mans. It's not Le Mans. It's Le Mans. For those of you over in, I know that gets confused over in. That's how they said it because. And that's the right nomenclature for how we said it back then because we didn't know that the race existed up until, we knew the race existed because, but that was just the way a lot of Ford executives said it back then, and a lot of people over here, because we really didn't know about the race really, because it was like we knew about we knew about the Monaco Grand Prix, we knew about the Nürburgring, we knew about the we knew about the we knew about a bunch of the other races, but we didn't know about the 24 hours because it was kind of a mystery back then. And um, a lot of American people knew about the mainstream media, unless you were a racing fan and you watch racing, you really didn't know about it. So it'd be an interesting movie to watch and see how they portray Shelby, Miles, and everything. Because I tend to look at things a little bit differently when it's automotive related. The guys who write the movie reviews will cast a certain light on it. I'm a racing fan, so, but I'm also an American at best, so it's not an American, and I do like the international flair of taking on Ferrari. And the poster is actually pretty good because it will say Ford's in blue and Ferrari's in red, like it should have been. It looks like an old school poster actually. I can't show it on screen for copyright reasons because whoever does the movie, whoever's doing the movie, will sue me for it. But I definitely am looking forward to see the movie. I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to see it and everything else, and everything like that. So I'll definitely tell you guys a review. I'll give you guys a review of the movie maybe on Monday night when I do episode 26, I think, or 20, 25, 26 in there. And everything. I was actually going to talk about the Motorola Razr, but it's a phone. Who really cares? It's basically, what can I say? It's basically the revival of the old flip phone, just made with a bigger screen and everything. It's kind of like, and it's like $1,500. It's like $1,500, not $15,000, $1,500, 15000, whatever it's going to be. I think it's going to be like $1,499, $1,499, which is a lot for a smartphone. And just backing off right there. All right, swinging in for the last 3, maybe 5 minutes. So for those of you who are content creators out there, you guys will know that COPPA is sweeping into our landscape. And so for those of you who uploaded a video in the last day or two, or last 3-4 days, you guys will know, and I actually had to do this on my video on Wednesday when I told you guys the extra because I had to tell you guys that I wasn't gonna post a video that day. So from what I'm gathering, they're trying to figure out what content is child friendly and which content is not. And they're trying to make this better, so for kids and everything. But at the end of the day, I see it as another level of censorship. For those of you guys who are wondering why I have a script now, why I have a set amount of topics, why I have an iPad off screen telling me what I need to say, it's because of all these routine changes, because I need to make sure that I'm talking the right way, I'm talking professionally. I got to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn. I got to make sure I'm not bursting onto the camera or saying any obscene language. If you guys know me, I'm just going to say this right now, I do not swear on camera. I do not swear on camera. Everybody else on YouTube can scream can scream and cuss on camera. I will not, because younger kids may watch this and say, "Oh, it's a vlog series, or it's a radio show, or it's a presentation." They may want to learn. They may want to learn off this, and you want to teach them the right way. For those content creators out there that are looking at this as a pain in the neck or an absolute terror. These are laws we have to abide by in order to stay on YouTube, because when we produce a video, when we make a channel, we're signing a little invisible contract with YouTube saying we're gonna comply with your terms and conditions, and we're gonna make sure that our content is perfect within your guidelines and everything else. This is just another thing that we have to do in order to keep the channels on. Now, most of us have standard YouTube licenses. I have a standard YouTube license. I'm not Creative Commons. I'm not some specialist. I'm not meant to be here. I'm just a small little guy on the internet who's just trying to talk to you guys. And in order for the little guy like me to actually stay legal and actually run this, I actually have to follow by the laws. And I'm pretty sure the Fair Trade Commission has done this because they want to make sure that, since we're creating content, they want to make sure that we're not trying to. The reason why this is because they're trying to make sure we're not trying to teach kids to do drugs. We're not teaching them to revolt. We're not teaching them to do this. We're trying to teach the younger generations how to act and how to feel, and how to adjust themselves, and how to actually go on the internet without being scarred. And that's what censorship is, unfortunately, but it has to happen because I'm just going to say this right now. No child, as a man of 30 years old, no child should have to be scared to the bones on the internet by information that will scar them for life. Like, kids don't need to learn about certain things until a certain age because they won't understand them. I'm not going to sit here and talk about, and now adults will obviously know what I'm talking about in this, since I am an adult and I'm legally 30 years old. I'm just going to say that I don't want to scar any kids for life because I want to tell them, give them, be a wise, do this for wise advice. But I'm also trying to make sure that I'm not scarring them, because I find it too often that kids get scarred with all this stuff on the internet. Like, kids don't need to learn about the ways of life, murder, and all this other stuff. They have to be exposed to that in a proper way. And all they need to do is they need to look on the news or read a newspaper, which most kids should be doing. I don't know what is wrong with people. Or if you're on your smartphone, kids, look up. You should be reading a newspaper and try to just watch what's going on in your local community. You don't have to see what's going on in the world. Try to build up, and you want to start with your community and then build up to the world. Because as you grow older, you gotta be in tune with certain factors so you can so when you go into society, you know what you're talking about. And this is what COPPA is. We're trying to protect the kids, pretty much, because I don't want to, I don't think people have a right to go on the internet and just post what they want. Now, if you're trying to give people life advice, or if you're trying to warn people, or to try to give somebody a how-to, or just a helpful guide to dealing with certain things, I leave that to people who it'd be a good guy, it would be good to hear other people struggles and all their problems and all their wants and whatnot. But I think they should be consulting people that actually know what they're talking about as well. Like, is this really happening? That sort of thing. So as much of it is a hindrance to my channel, and a hindrance to our creative rights as YouTube creators, it is a law ladies and gentlemen, and kids of all, and everybody of all ages. It's meant to do that. Now, I'm just going to make, for argument's sake, that um, that the internet can be a hostile place. It can be scary. It can be jarring. It can outright scare you, and everything like that. Um, it's it's another form of censorship, but it has to happen because, as they said, the FTC asked for certain things because, um, with the way how everything is right now and the way the world is, it's going to be a thing, I guess. Um, so when I go on my videos, I will have to consent to know, is this child friendly or not, and is the content going to be considered uh, me being a kid or whatever. And this is viewable for all, and my vlogs are viewable for all ages because um, viewable for all ages. That's not now, but for the future. And the radio show episodes. The reason why I'm trying to do this, people, is because there's people and the individuals out there. I shouldn't say people, but individuals. Us as individuals is out there. We should we should try to teach the future generation, and we got to protect them because they're gonna find things out one way or another. But I hate to have it happen on the internet, where the reason for this is because the internet is a not so trustworthy place to find out information. Um, there's other ways to do it. Read books. I wish people would read books, read pamphlets on, if you want to figure out something, if you want to figure out about stress and anxiety, um, you should read a pamphlet or read a book, or something like that, or ask an adult what that is when you're old enough. Obviously, your parents may say you should worry about that. You're a little too young to worry about that. Um, we'll let you know when that should be happening here and there. And some kids are stressed because of certain learn differences and everything. So, but yeah, I think this COPPA thing, it's something that we're obviously have to get used to. It's the law, so everybody, I just go along with it because COPPA will change the landscape of YouTube. It definitely will, but only if you follow the law. Now, for some content creators that do gameplay, that's another thing. But I just want to say I'm going to go along with it. It's going to be a tricky minefield. I think it's going to be tough for us all. I feel for those content creators that have to go through certain hoops, but since this is an every person blog, and since I can talk to just about anybody, I do actually have to abide by these rules, and as a law-abiding citizen of this country, I have to comply with that because that's a government regulation. It's just like having a firearm license or having an ID or being able to possess or being able to buy alcohol or something like that. It's a privilege to be on the internet and talk. Just want to say this. So everybody, be careful, be safe, read the guidelines for COPPA, and make sure that your content, make sure that when you go through your content, you got to make sure if it is good for kids or not. Just follow the rules, and nothing bad will happen to you. Because I can tell you this right now: anybody that says, "Oh, this is a bunch of," I can't really swear. This is a bunch of annoying rules, and this is a conundrum. This is a headache. It's a federal law, people. Please abide by it. If you don't like it, leave YouTube. That's all I'm going to say. Or find another platform. So that's all I got to say about that. All right, guys. I'm going to bid this one to do. You guys know me. Mike Mo here for another radio show here on November 15th. Actually, it's November 15th, 2019. Here for episode 25. I will see you guys in the next one. And as usual, long live America. God bless America. Long live democracy. Long live our freedoms and our rights. Amen to my grandparents' spirits. Pray for them. Pray for my grandmother. Also pray for Thomas, Megan, and April. And also pray for everybody. Let them stay healthy in my lives, and everybody live well, and get over your obstacles, or God give them the strength to overcome those obstacles. Mike Mo here for another vlog. Peace out, everybody. This ends the broadcast for tonight. I will see you guys on Monday night for episode 26. This ends the broadcast for tonight.